You know, I could go on and on tonight about the 4 turnovers for the Badgers and how that cost them the game. And to an extent, it did. And if they did not turn it over 4 times, they probably would have won the game. But one of the worst, and I mean worst, calls I have ever seen in a football game, especially with what was on the line, allowed Oregon to take the ball over and run the clock down and win the game. Offensive pass interference. And here, I'll show it to you.
To your right, just outside of Ferguson, going up against Lenore. I didn't really...
Oh, here comes Ryan. By the way, though, official explanation for that by an official rules analyst on Twitter. That was, why the fuck is it not unlocking? Yeah, so the official explanation on Twitter by a rules expert is that it cannot be an offensive pass interference unless the offensive player initiates the contact. The defensive player initiated the contact here. There is no basis for that call. It's impossible for them to call that, but they did anyways because the fix was in. And you know, Mr. Wentland here, he has had quite some takes over the years. I've known him for a very long time, and he has said a lot of games are rigged. It's kind of like a part of his, collection of jokes. But this game was really rigged. I mean, you go and look back at you go and look back at the entire game. The Badgers got called for 9 penalties for 79 yards. Oregon 2 for 20. You just go back and look at the game and watch the game. There was 3 instances, in my opinion, that were the worst, the absolute worst, that really, really hurt the Badgers. The first one was a holding call early on Jason Erdman. It was inside of the red zone for Oregon. The Badgers had the ball, and Taylor ran for a first down. It was like he got it to within the 15. They throw a flag on it, and you watch the replay, and there wasn't really a whole lot there. So it's like that wiped out that Badgers drive. The Badgers finished that drive missing a 47-yard field goal. At the very least, they're going to get 3 points probably out of that. At the very least, they're going to get 3 points out of it. Possibly a touchdown. The second call, in my opinion, was the 2nd and 5. The 2nd and 5 call, the Badgers had it 2nd and 5. They were up, 24-21 at that point. And there was the 2nd and 5 play, and Jack Dunn took the end around, and he went out of bounds, and he got hit out of bounds. And the Oregon players, you can audibly hear it on the broadcast. They're swearing, they're using several profanities, a scrum ensues, and there was no flags thrown at all.
Said the N-word.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that's what he actually said. He said the N-word.
Right in front of the ref.
Yep, right in front of the ref. Did not throw the flag. How do you not throw the flag?
And on the kickoff after, too.
Oh, yeah, was it the,
It was a foul and kickoff, I'm pretty sure.
or wasn't Justin Herbert with the... Well, we committed a penalty on the Herbert touchdown. We did. But they called that, and it was a late hit, but they didn't call the one on Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so, it's like, I don't... And then, of course, the third one, like I said, like I just explained, you cannot have offensive pass interference if the defensive player initiates a contact.
What's Davis supposed to do there?
Yeah, I know. Like, he's running out, and he gets hit first. He gets hit first, and he's trying to hold his position as he's getting hit. How can you call that on the offensive player?
And the ref on TV said he's supposed to spin away. Like, why does he have to spin away?
Why is it his responsibility to, after the defender initiating the contact, to not be in the way? Why is it his responsibility?
You know, when a QB gets roughed the passer, right? Mm-hmm. The QB should have spun away.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's his fault.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. There's a fourth one.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Cohn getting hit in the face on the interception.
Yep.
That's a penalty. That's always been a roughing the passer for as long as I can remember.
Face mask,
if
too.
you hit the quarterback in the helmet, it's a penalty, and they hit the quarterback in the helmet. Not only should that have been a penalty that wiped away the interception, but it probably caused the interception too. And Oregon scored 7 points on that.
And no mention from Kirk or was it Reese?
Yeah, they didn't. They literally showed a close-up replay of it, and they didn't even mention it once. And it's like,
what's roughing the passer then?
Yeah, what's roughing the passer if you can't call that? If you don't call that, that's been a penalty my entire life.
Is it kind of weak? I guess so, but it's a penalty.
Yeah, you hit him in the face mask. You hit him. And it should be a penalty too because it altered the play. It significantly altered the play. He's not going to throw that interception if he doesn't get hit in the face. Like, and Cephas was wide open. He probably could have gone for at least 20 yards on that play. So, I mean, you know what? Like I said, I'm not someone who always says the game is rigged, and I know Ryan sometimes does that with games that might not seem like it, but this game was legitimately, I think there was a fix in. I don't know if the NCAA wanted Oregon to win because the Pac-12 was doing so bad, and they don't want, to be such an uneven distribution among good teams. And, of course, Utah got blown out last night, remember, by Texas, by a Big 12 team. So, the NCAA might have said after that game, like, hey, we can't have the Pac-12 do this bad. We need them to win this Rose Bowl. Hey, I mean, it's possible. It really is, especially with how professional sports are these days. I don't know what to say anymore, though. I mean, that was pretty much my thoughts laid out.
You know what's also... So, all right, so we got robbed of a championship, right? That sucks. But that was Taylor's last game in college, most likely.
Yep.
And he got robbed in his last game.
He went out with a fixed game. That's how Jonathan Taylor's illustrious, storied career at Wisconsin, one of the greatest running backs in college football history.
Not even nominated for a Heisman.
Nominated for a Heisman one time.
I'm not saying he should have won it because Burrow easily had it, but I just don't get you don't nominate him one time out of the 3 years. I don't understand.
He's right. I just don't know anymore. I mean,
you just hope when the decade switches it'd be different, but it's the same stuff every game.
The perfect way to ring in the new decade for Wisconsin sports on the first day of the new decade, and we get absolutely screwed in a heartbreaking loss. And by the way, I don't do this often, but if you comment on this video calling me a dumbass or a hater or something like that, I'm going to remove your comment and I'm going to block you. You're never commenting on this channel ever again. Call me soft, whatever. You're wrong. If you think that was offensive pass interference, you are wrong. At the very least, if you think that's offensive pass interference, you can disagree with me on the other calls, even though I sternly believe that they were wrong. But if you disagree with the offensive pass interference and you express your opinion in a disrespectful manner, you're done. You're out of here.
If you say it respectfully, I mean, whatever, that's cool. You're just expressing your opinion. But if you calling them names, fuck
yeah.
them.
If you call me anything, I don't do this often at all. It pains me to have to say this, but if you do that, you're never commenting on my channel again. I'm sorry.
Sometimes, you can call us soft, but sometimes we just get tired of some of y'all's shit. Sometimes.
Yeah, I know. There are certain people out there that I know are probably going to comment on this video with that, but I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear it because it was the wrong call. And at the very least, it prevented the Badgers from having a fair shot at winning the game. And what was a great football game, by the way. It could have ended as the game of the year. And they just ruined it with one of the worst calls in a game that was, horribly officiated the entire way. And if that call wasn't made and the Badgers still lost, I would probably still be criticizing the refs, but I would be putting a lot more emphasis on the 4 turnovers. But really, you can talk all day about the 4 turnovers. I don't care because the Badgers were denied a fair shot at winning this game with that last call. So, call me soft. I don't care. You're done. You're out of here. I'm blocking you, but I don't have time for that shit. I'm done. But in the meantime, guys, that's all I have to say about the game. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Any impartial fan would probably agree with me on this. So obviously you guys know, leave a like and subscribe. Also, go subscribe to Brewpack, his YouTube channel. He'll probably be getting his video out soon as well. But in the meantime, we got screwed. Go Bucks, go Brewers, go Badgers.
Bucks in 6.
Bucks in 6, you bet. See you later.